Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. We've got another fuel filter change happening. Could be pretty boring for all those that have seen it before. The bottom wire, it's clipped down on the body here. It's not meant to be down there anyway, so that's a real pain. It's meant to be clipped up here. So why is it clipped down in the body? What if it can't even get to the release clip now? It's always got to complicate things. All right, down underneath we go. Try and squeeze to release that. Okay, that's over there somewhere. You gotta be kidding me, don't you? Don't stick it in there. What a pain, seriously. Yeah, nah. Look, we'll just show you how to do it right and where to put things. So I'm just reaching down underneath to release the clips, hopefully, if I can. What goes in must come out, but you know, it wasn't meant to go in that hole, so I don't know how hard it got shoved in there, because it's actually certainly doesn't want to come out. It's really butchered up. But we got it. All right, beautiful. All right, we could edit that and start again, but you know what? It's all part of the video. This one could be a bit longer, could be a bit shorter. There could be some freebies in here, or little reminders about freebies. So that's the clip that's meant to be up here on the side of the fuel filter, clipped in like that. That you don't need to lever or bust out. You just slide it this way and it comes out, and then you just squeeze the clip and a gentle wiggle from all the dust again, and it's disconnected. Then you get your pliers, remove. We're going to whiz through this one quickly. Minimal editing, maximum time, but minimal time at the same time. This is what, once again, why it pays for everything to be clean. Because look, see, clean, 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 because if it's not clean, the last point of filtration, right? So we're clean here in the workshop, but we're just going to make sure this is all a bit clean. Not too worried about this side. All right, they're loose, ready to come off, because they had the standard factory clamp. This one will just crack loose like that, right? Hopefully there's no redbacks, because there's a lot of cobwebs all over this car, so it's a redback car, right? All right, so I'm just going to pull that back so it's ready to go. Then we need to remove. You could do it on the car, yeah, but it's a pain in the butt ski. So, you know what? We're going to see if they haven't overtimed these, and we'll hit these with a gun quickly. One nut, I'll just sit that there. The other one. Okay, so two things here you've got to take into account. Trying to save you, make it the easy way. Get it done for free. You can do it yourself. You kind of come to me for something. Yeah, I can supply the fuel filters, but you supply the engine oil, all right? So bring your own engine oil if you want to do that. Now, if you take the hoses off, fuel's going to leak out. That's why the hoses are still on. So we've got them, everything's ready to go, right? You can see it's ready to come off. But what I want to do, I'm going to lean it this way so the fuel filter doesn't leak fuel everywhere. Just lean it that way a little bit, and I'm just going to actually sit that fuel hose. I'm not even going to put anything on it, because literally we're going to be back with the new filter on there in a matter of moments. So, well, no, it's going to be minutes, right? Hold it that way so it doesn't leak everywhere, right? You see what's going on there? All right, let's go. Guard missing off the bottom. Let's go to the bench and continue over there for a minute. All right, so we're just going to pop this in the vise like this so you can see what's going on, hopefully. Busy, busy, busy. Haven't got that much time to make sure everything's right, but okay. Right, now on the bottom here, there's normally a guard, but at some stage it's probably had that stupid Ryko Z99, whatever, that was too small for many years, that they all thought was pretty funny. And I hope all the viewers that know what I'm talking about are having a good laugh as well, because I would be, except I'm busy trying to. Right, this only needs to be done up hand tight, but that's what we use. We don't slip and butcher it up, so everyone's done that all the years. You can just see that on top of the picture. See, it's all butchered. That's what they do now. Get a quality set of somethings, right? There you go, that's what we got, right? Whatever they are, right? Right, you can have a look at them, what size they are, whatever details you want, right? And on the outside there, and you just get a good grip, and you just, and that should just turn, it should only ever need to be tight by hand. Let's see about the fuel filter now. Yep, good. See, you might need a, you know, like an oil filter tool like that to get it undone, but in this case, that was tight, and I probably might have been able to get it, but maybe I just used it for leverage. Now that we've got it loose and it's going to start leaking everywhere, let's get it over a drain tray. I did one of these recently and everyone had a laugh, and here I am again, same thing again. No gloves on either, and let's just see what happens. Because what went wrong last time, I can't remember, but fuel went absolutely everywhere, right? Well, this will be interesting what's in here. So this is the one that had the unleaded in it. So this could be really interesting what we find in here, but could be just boring as well. So Now that's starting to look more like diesel, okay? So we've filled it up with diesel. See the color difference? It's got a lot more of that yellowy green sort of color. Actually, in the camera, you can't really see it. Let me just have a, oh, look at all that stuff. Let me have a smell. Yeah, you can smell there's a bit of unleaded left in there still, but it's nowhere near as strong as it was before. It's got an extra 120 litres, plus his 100 would have been 50 litres, 120 plus 50s, 170. So maximum 10 litres of a mix that was left before. So even if it was 10 litres of unleaded, I'm not worried, especially since the bloody vehicle's been run on unleaded, a strong mix of unleaded for a week or two. What's another tank of fuel that's got, you know, 5 litres probably of unleaded out of 180 litres? Bugger all, okay? All right, so now you could have a big panic and get new fuel filters and get new injectors and get a new pump and get your tanks and out and all this sort of thing. All right, now let's see if this one works out for me. Well, this is how I do things anyway, right? So we'll just sit this on the bench, right? Right, so now what we do, we just move this to a drain tray because you can see it's still leaking out everywhere. So I'll just tip it up like that and it'll stop dripping for a sec. It's just over here out of the picture, don't worry about that. It'll just continue to drain. And we'll go through putting the new filter on. So we've got the new filter here. I'm just getting it out of the packaging. Filter's out. Oh, get it out. We're doing a quick one, right? Anyway, let's get it out of the bag. Right, stand up like that. Have a quick visual. Yep. We'll have another look at the fuel in a minute. Let's just get this filter job done first. Some Molykote. A few people have been sending back tubes of Molykote with their injectors. Thanks for that. We've got some there now for people that want injector kits Mondays in Australia. Okay, a little bit of Molykote. Probably got way too much on my finger actually, but that's all right. A little bit of Molykote on. Where are we? Are we in the picture anyway? I don't know. You want it quick? We've got to do it quick, mate. Quickie. We call it a quickie. You want a quickie? I'll give you a quickie. You say quickie, I'll make it a quickie. You say you want a detailed, long information session or session of some sort, we'll make it a long one, whatever. Tell me what you want. Okay, a bit of lube on that O-ring as well while we're at it, right? We're putting all that leftover Molykote on that one. Just sit that on the bag to keep it clean. We'll recap the Molykote. Where did my clean rag go? Clean rag. All we're going to do here, let's move that out of the way so we don't bump it like something like that last time. Just wipe that O-ring, flat O-ring surface. Make sure you're not wiping any debris inwards or putting any mess there. Don't wipe it with a dirty rag and put dirt and everything there. As soon as you've done that, screw that new filter on like that and just go tight as you can by hand. And if you're weak, then you can put the tool on it and put it in the vise and give it a little bit more. Now, this one, like I said, we normally give that a bit of a clean with some brake cleaner sometimes. In this case, this one looks bloody clean. Give me the dirty rag to wipe. Well, it's not that dirty, but what I call the dirty rag to give that a wipe. I just wiped it along, around this edge here. Looks pretty clean. We'll give it a quick brake cleaner on the blow anyway. Brake cleaner. Where's my brake cleaner gone? It's here somewhere. Right, just a quick. Right. Brake cleaner go. I don't care what you use. Really blow it off. You can press it in, cut in, happy days. I'll switch it off so that doesn't happen. Okay, get this new O-ring off the bag that we lubed onto there, bang. All right, get that, have a look in there. Yeah, looks good, nothing coming out, no debris, everything looks good, nice clean filter. Quality, see, quality. What does that say? Made in Japan, mate, quality. Right, so not everything made in Japan is quality, but hey, remember the old saying, Jap crap, and I suppose I was a kid then and you just go along with it. But remember the saying, Jap crap? Anyway, see that? Just doing it up tight as I can by hand. It's an O-ring. It's not going to come loose. Happy days. Now, is that pointing in the right direction? That goes to the car, right? Look at this. They go to the car and that drain. Yep, that's a reasonable direction. Otherwise, you loosen that off, pop this down, adjust the direction of it on the 120s. All right, it's time to go back to the car and get it back on the vehicle. We'll save looking at this fuel till later because that's boring. Right, so normally there's a guard that goes on the bottom, metal guard. I'm not too worried about it, but that'd be good if it was there. If you've got one, then obviously reinstall that. That goes on there. The nuts go on there, get them started. Always get everything started by hand and do as I say, not as I do. Because I break the rules sometimes, but I've got some experience with breaking the rules and torque with my finger, with my gun, and that is beautiful. Right, we're going to take this fuel hose, pop that back there for now. Okay, remember these plugs, right? So there's a couple of plugs around. Now this one up here. Right, bring that up, plug it on the top. Oh, what's going on there? Want to clip on? It will, but what's going on there? Oh, must be a bit dirty or something going on. There's something not right with that plug. What's going on there? Let's have a look. Someone might have messed with that, and let's have a look in there, because things happen for a reason, and it's happening in this video. I don't know why. I just need to get a light, because this is why these things happen to me and in videos. I've never had an issue plugging one of those on before in my life, and now look what we've got. Right, amazing. So let's just have a look. There's going to be a reason, and this could happen to you, which is what's got to happen to me, so I can show you the solution. So what I'm doing, looking in there, let's get that air. It's going to be a big stretch with this on, but anyway, one sec. Let's just go and blow that out, just to make sure there's nothing in there. Now let's have a look at this plug. I'm just trying to see, looking for that, you know, that rubber seal, that orange seal, to be looking at a place or something. And I'm not seeing an issue, so let's go again. It's clipped on that time. Anyway, it didn't slide and clip, but it's clipped on, right? So it'll be fine. Anyway, it didn't go click like what you normally hear, but I can see it popped on. It's not, oh, no. Well, we've got something funny going on with this one, definitely, right? Now, it's definitely popped on, but if I pull it, it still comes off. So what is going on in there? Interesting. What is going on? What's going on, Anthony? It's going to make a long video if I don't hurry up and figure out what's going on. But I've never had this before. I can't see in the plug anywhere else from the side. All the rubber looks okay. So, interesting. Look, maybe someone's damaged this part of the plug before, you know, where they've, you know, ripped it off. It's definitely clipping on, but you can pull it and it comes off. It's bizarre. It can't go any other way, you know. Right. That is quite, so it's sort of clicked on there, but I'm not happy. There's something, I mean, there is a rubber seal in there that's meant to seal, so it's doing its job, but it just releases so easily, right? See that sitting there? It's not going to come off on its own, right? But look, if I pull it, it comes off. So is that's been damaged somewhere. Or if I pop this clip, see how much it popped? There's a lot of pressure pushing it back, which is kind of, see that? Let me have a look where we are. Make sure in the picture. I hope I'm not just talking to myself here. Right, so you can see what's going on. Right. So, wow, okay, we need to put this under a microscope because, you know, I think I can see a little bit of that, and there's not much we're going to be able to do about it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some silicone spray. Silicone spray, where are you, silly? Because it's going to be easy to get into the plug, it's not going to hurt anything, and it's just going to make it slip better. I just want to go like that. Get a rag to wipe off the excess. Vacuum can out of the way again. See, you've got to watch these fuel fit because something happens, and this could happen to you. And if you haven't seen that video, all right, so you've got to look at all the different versions. All right, wipe off all the excess so it's not all a slippery mess. See what happens now. Might just slip off easier now. Oh no, see, look. See I'm pulling on it now? Yeah, beautiful, right? See? Solutions, man. When there's a problem, we always have a solution. Maybe it's just a bit dry. Needed to be a lube for that rubber to get over. Ideally, I'd love to get some moly coat in there, but we probably can't. Now, look when I press that. See, it's not popping back like before. There was a big pressure before. Listen now. Yeah, click. Right, pull it back. Oh, well, it's still pulled up. I had to pull pretty hard, though, because it's used to sliding off now, right? So when I pull hard, it comes off. But it's not like before, because look, you watch, I press the release clip. So it's not, remember before it was just pushing back. So two things, before it was really easy to pull off, now it's harder, so it's definitely clipping on. And because we lubed it, it's actually sliding on over that seal to stay there. And when we press that release, it's not springing back. You know, I've got to pull it back. So point is, now it's like normal. So you can be happy and rest assured that's that, okay? So there you go, a little bit outside the square. Now these two plugs, you need to get the wire off the bottom. You need to get the wire, these two, get them together. All right, get these two. Can't really get it up in the position where you want to see it that much, but you work out which way the plug goes and go. Hear that clip? That's what you want to hear. And see this clip on the back here, it's broken, but it clips in right. It clips in right there on the back of the filter. It's sitting there, it's staying there, right? If I wiggle it, it might fall out, but I'd rather it fall out instead of be jammed down in there, right? To get it out, you slide it sideways to the side of the car. You don't have to butcher it. People keep butchering, they've been butchered for years, right? But I think that's going to stay there. To take it out, I'll do it again. Move it sideways, right, to release it. So it clips in on the engine side, if you like. It's a smaller slot, and you slide it this way to the big slot to lift it out, right? Really simple, awesome design. Thank you again, Toyota, right? Now, that clip is definitely dodgy. It might fall out. Worst case scenario, it goes like this. Whatever, it's just there. It'll be all right still, okay? If you want, you can go to Toyota and get that. Well, it's a whole plug you'd have to replace, so you'd have to be able to release the pins and be, if you're pretty handy on the electrical side and you've got time for those little repairs, right? But that seems to be staying there anyway, so happy days. Now this is what I do, it's all plugged in. If you go like this too much, you'll end up spurting out here, right? You'll be spurting all over the engine. You don't want that, but I like to get a bit of a head start. That's just how I roll. And very soon it's going to get messy. I've done a few of these, so look, sometimes what I used to do, watch the other videos, you'll see what I mean, but for this one, we're just going to put it on now. The hose goes to the little bump, right, on both of those, so check both of those, right? I like to push it a little bit further sometimes, especially if the hoses are a bit soft and gone bigger. Anyway, the point is you've got to pump it up. If you didn't put these clamps on, these hoses are not going to leak, they're not going to come off. It's not a high pressure situation. This is sucking from the tank now when I do this. So I'm priming it up, I'm sucking the fuel from the forward, the mid fuel tank, the one at the front, up into the filter to fill it up, right? And you pump it till it goes hard, and you might need to come back to it again, like other things, pump it till it goes hard, and then when it goes hard, sometimes you keep pumping a little bit more, and you know, just make sure you got your hose on. So this clamp here, right, bang, just like that, right? Give it another pump. Everybody loves pumping, especially when it comes up like that. You want it nice and firm. You don't want it, you know, if it's not pumping up, you could have a problem, right? If you come to your car the next morning and it's a bit soft, then that's all right. You might need 1 or 2 pumps, but it shouldn't need to. If you're having trouble starting, extra fuel filters, that sort of thing, there's another clamp there between this fuel hose and the one that goes to the EJ cooler. Make sure that's in place. There's some white marks to line up where it goes. If not, replace it. Get those from your dealer. If we do your injector job or work on your vehicle, generally we'll replace stuff like that. Last time I got them, they're about 10 bucks each. They're not cheap, but that's rock hard. So we don't need the light anymore. We don't need the rag anymore. That's the job done. Now, who wants to go and have a look at this fuel and have a closer look at it? Right, let's go do that, and then we'll wrap it up. If you like it, hit the like, subscribe. Let's check out that fuel. Where is it? Where is it? Over here somewhere. Yeah, that's pretty normal stuff, what you're going to see in the bottom of a fuel filter. Right. Diesel and unleaded does mix. It's got a bit of a smell, a lot less than before. So what we had before, yeah, you know, I mean, if you keep running it low, the more, this is the thing. Some people go, oh, why would I fill up? You know, I'm going to carry all that extra fuel around. Good point. But if you've got a 180 litre tank, if you fill it up, it's less times you go to the pump, the less chance you're going to get fuel contamination, and less chance you're going to put the wrong fuel or end up with the wrong fuel, because the delivery driver can make a mistake and put the wrong fuel in that tank, and you end up with wrong fuel that way. So it's not just you. So the less times you fill up, which is why it's worth filling up, so you go to the servo less. You fill it up, you run it low. You fill it up, you run it low, depending on the circumstances. Fuel prices going up, you fill it up before it goes up. Fuel prices coming down, you run it empty and grab it as it goes down, you know what I mean? So a few things to think about. We're doing a few little bonus things at the moment. So at the moment, there's a good chance on Mondays I'll continue that injector core deposit on the injector kit. We'll try and continue that at a reduced amount of $110. And if we've got Molykote and Ultra Grey here, like these tubes that have been returned, we will lend those out to people. It's not a rush thing, but you know, try and get them back to us within a couple of weeks or so if you can. A month or whatever. Try not to be 3 or 6 months, whatever, but that way we can lend them out to other people, because we're no longer buying the stuff, okay? When we get low, we just can't lend it to you anymore. It's a lend, it needs to be returned. Molykote, Ultra Grey, Dow, Crow's Foot, and the red caps, come back with your old injectors, and you get your either your 220 or your 110 back. But It's awesome value for money. Like I said, injector kit's been the same price since 2021, so quite a while now. We've kept the price the same. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. A little bit of unleaded. Like I said, it's going to do no damage compared to a lot of unleaded. So if anything, the damage is done. Vehicle seems to be running really well. It's blowing a little bit of smoke still, but it was still running on unleaded. Once we clear it up with this new filters, new fuel, should be running beautiful. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. See ya. Make sure in a diesel, you put in diesel